As the world mourned the passing of Left Eye in 2002, the members of Blaque found solace in one another.
That brought us back together as a unit, and I think we looked at each other differently. The importance of the three of us, the importance of the sisterhood, the bond, and what this meant not to just us, but to everyone around us by that time. We were a little more mature. Tina's a mom now. Like, things were different.
So now because Lisa's gone, Natina is like, yo, I'm stepping up to the plate. I'm going to make sure that I get you girls a deal. She flew herself to New York City. She sat down with Sylvia Rhone of Elektra Records, and she talked her way into Sylvia Rhone saying, yes, I'll give Blaque a record deal.
With Elektra, Blaque began recording their third album titled Torch, named in tribute to Lisa. And now adults, the trio is ready to debut something new, teaming up with producer Rodney Jerkins on a song called I'm Good.
Is it true that I'm the one making you nervous? You're trying real hard as if I'm for short press. But it's true, it's unusual. A girl so fly, outshining a guy. Let's talk about it. Don't think about it. This is what I came here for. So pump your brakes. It seems as if you want me more. I'm sorry you got the...
We wanted people to see us not as little teeny boppers anymore. We wanted to be, sexy, fly, grown women.
They went from dressing futuristic to dressing like hot girls. We had never seen Natina in heels. But in I'm Good, she put on a pump and she had on a midriff and she was sexy.
Yo, I'm only glad if you clip me and I still got ice even if you ain't with me. Candy paint and I still bump Biggie. To throwback, ripped up dickies. Brain dead, you need sense like 50. Cause you don't truly love me like Bobby.
That song was like one of the most amazing songs I've heard the girls do. I was like, these girls are like another level.
Things are looking up. It was good.
But the good times were short-lived.
We went live on a radio interview and we were talking about, we're working on our album. We're doing this, we're doing that. And Natina gets on there live and says, I won't be doing Blaque much longer. I'm going into the ministry.
What are you talking about? We just got a new deal. We got a new record. The album is about to come out. And I think Shamari and I had enough.
Natina got kicked out the group. We kicked her out because at that point, even though she helped us, it was also hurting us, the things that she was doing. I felt like it was the best thing to do for Blaque's success.
Or was it? The duo attempted to continue on without Natina, but months later, they were dropped from Elektra. After that, they moved on independently, adding a third member. But within a year, that fell apart as well.
Things just kind of fizzled out. Another loss. It was unreal.
I totally lost my passion to sing, period. It was a lot. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to focus on other things.
Shamari went back to school to get a degree in sociology. And by now, she'd found love again with New Edition member Ronnie DeVoe.
My wedding day, March 10th, 2006, was 5 years from the day we met in LA. I was probably the most calmest bride because, you know what? I knew that was the one for me. I didn't have no reservations.
It felt like the start of something amazing for our future, our love, our wife. Like, she's the comic around, she's the life of the party. She keeps me young.
As for Brandy, she briefly moved back to her hometown of Detroit and had a short-lived marriage while continuing music on her own.
I did a record with Nelly called Grills, a huge song, and I got into writing more. I started recording some solo music myself, and I got to learn myself too, like my identity outside of Blaque, like who are you?
The reason why I believe she can do this music the way she do it is because that's all she know. She loves it.
Natina continued to write and record as well, but by now her passion had become her faith and motherhood.
She made sure that we spent a lot of time together, movies, church, plays. She made sure that life was interesting. Her and Pops brought Snoop to my school. Everything's exciting.
Our life just changed quickly. I really feel she chose her son over the industry.
Over the next several years, Brandy, Natina, and Shamari had largely settled into life outside of Blaque. But in 2012, that changed when they were invited to perform together at a Left Eye tribute festival. Reconnecting proved to be an emotional experience.
We had our first studio session, and it's like so much she had to say to me. Just like she was apologizing for everything. She wanted to get it all out. And I was taken back, but it was great. And it was like having my sister back.
Me and Brandy and Natina all went and we performed 808 on stage, which was super cool. Just to finally get back on stage, it meant more than I can even express right now.
When they came back together, boy, the bond was so strong. Nothing was going to separate these three girls. But then, within a couple of days after that, I got a call. And on the other line was Sky. And they said to me, "You haven't heard?" And I said, "Heard what?" And it said, "Mom, Natina's dead." And that's all I remember. It just was unreal.
I almost fell out because I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
Okay, so what I have here are the wings that Tina wore to the premiere of Bring It On. She always wore wings. And so, I had to bring the wings today. Well, she's got her own wings now, but she always wore wings. Yeah.
I missed her because it was nobody like her. She never let anybody tell her she couldn't, even when I couldn't understand it.
I feel like a part of me passed away too. I was in a state of brokenness. I was acting out. I was having issues in my marriage. I was trying to find meaning to try to cope, but there was just no answers.
She went into depression, even to the point of drinking and, even smoking. It was definitely one of those things where I didn't fully recognize my wife.
I had to get counseling, and I had to get therapy. It took me 3 years to finally come out of that state of brokenness.
It was like now we have this overwhelming responsibility to keep going because the two people that were our biggest champions were gone. If we didn't want to do it for each other anymore, we had to do it for them.
Just like TLC could never replace Lisa. Just like that, Blaque could never replace Natina.
I will forever be grateful to Shamari and Brandy for not forgetting my baby. They could go on, and they didn't. They don't have to consider my baby, but they do.
And today, Natina's legacy lives on through her son, Tren, who has followed in her footsteps.
8, 9, I started writing raps. And around 13, 14, I knew that I was skilled at it. That's when I started, honing the technique. I make sure that my music stays godly. I try to keep a good message. Mom did try to do the same thing, you know?
Tina was so creative. She was full of energy, and that's Tren. So full of energy and so creative. He's his mother in every way, shape, or form. Yeah.
Over time, Shamari healed, and she resumed performing and appeared on reality shows like The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And in 2017, after years of trying, her dreams of becoming a mom came true.
I thought that God punished me for so long for having an abortion, and I thought I would never have kids. God blessed us with being able to get pregnant with not one, but two little babies.
She's one of the most amazing moms. She sings to them all the time and reads them stories. Nobody on this planet could have brought them into this world other than her.
Brandy is thriving as well. As of this filming of Unsung, she's engaged in planning a wedding while managing several new projects.
I started a cosmetic company called Be Polished, BEI Polish. It's a nail polish brand, which will actually turn into a full cosmetic line. I'm writing some TV and film scripts. I'm happy. I'm happy.
Is it true? Trying real hard as if I'm show press by you and your crew that's helpless. So that X5 that's me outside.
Brandy and Shamari have been working hard in recent years to keep Blaque's music alive. In 2019, after almost 2 decades, they finally released their tribute album, Torch, that went #1 on iTunes. In addition to that, they've also kept busy on the road.
Oh, baby, bring it all to me.
I'm proud of them. I'm glad that they found that confidence in themselves and they trusted each other to go for it.
Oh, baby, bring it all to me. Bring it all.
Who could go through all of that? Death, trials, tribulations, and still be together as sisters. That speaks for itself. They made a mark. They deserve that recognition. They deserve that acknowledgement.
From Medea Goes to Jail